May even join us in the middle of this race. I don't know what his plans are for that yet. So here we are. We are underway in the final qualifier. Retro Bob, Weird Waldo, Silver Star, IDABS. And here we go. And it looks like many of the runners standing still. Weird Waldo getting a jump in on the starting screen. We'll get this synced up for you in just a moment here. Runners are in Yoshi's Island 2. The fabled time to get on this one is a 261. Very common, you're going to see a 260 here. And that's usually what we're going to end up with on the end of this stage. So jumping over a pair of yellow pipes. They're going to ignore the Monty Moles. I think I sensed some slowdown on one of the runners here. Let's see what we get for times here. Ooh, we got the 361 from IDABS. Very nicely done. And also thank you to Scarfunky91 for the 600-bit donation. Speed Gaming definitely appreciates that. Thank you so much for that. Runners are all moving into Yoshi's Island 3. IDABS with a slight lead because of that, by virtue of that 361. And the time they're going to go for here is a 259. Unless you're W. Carrick and you like to see a 258, I will not ask for the logic behind that, but I saw that he has an emote like that in the chat earlier today. So runners are making their way through Yoshi's Island 3. This is a very technical stage. Being so early in the game, this is a very, very technical stage, and it can be hard to do accurately. We do have a 258 from Weird Waldo. Everyone else gets the 259. So W. Carrick will be very happy with Weird Waldo, I am sure. Runners are moving now into Yoshi's Island 4. Yoshi's Island 4 is a water stage, but the water is just a flowing current that is constantly going to the left. If you go in that water and you try to swim, you're going to be going very, very slowly, even slower than you would be normally in the water. See if there's any fancy shell jumps here. I don't think I noticed any fancy shell jump, but try to watch 4 runners. It's easy to miss that. So let's see where they end up. Looks like Retro Bob did pull off a fancy swag jump of some sort. He did get the 276. Everyone else got the 275. Very nicely done by Retro Bob there. Slight lead for him now. We're now on Iggy's Castle. The chain link fences in this castle. It is necessary to grab some of those and go a lot slower, so you can't really maintain P-speed in this, unfortunately, because you have to climb on those fences to get across. Absolutely no way to get through otherwise. So same there. And the runners are all across. And they're in the main crusher room of this castle. This is the room that will try to kill you by dropping major size blocks of, I don't know what that is, wood from the ceiling. They're going to grab their fire flower here. The best room to grab it in. And they're going to jump over this pit. IDABS gets and Silver Star both drop the mushroom for their box for swag. They don't want that mushroom. And let's get a quick Iggy kill. And, okay, there was someone on that platform, but I think he just got killed. Very, very quickly. If you blinked, you missed him. I think I blinked. We have 3 runners with a 241. We have Silver Star with a 240 on that stage. So still very, very close between these runners. And the first castle gets blown up. Typical demolition style. It's probably the best constructed castle because the other ones just seem to go out very, very flimsily. I'll explain later. So the runners all get their Japanese text celebrating the conclusion of the first area. They are going to be off to Donut Plains. The next stage is Donut Plains 1. This is where they're going to grab their cape. And with their cape, they're going to go flying. Flying. A lot. Lots of flying. And they're going to try and get in the sky quickly. And Retrobob... all 4 of the runners made it up in very fast order. Retrobob still with a lead based on where the clouds are on his screen. Looks like, and by my math, IDABS might be coming in second. The other 2 are behind. This is Retrobob's 4th race in these qualifiers. He's done all of his races today, starting with qualifier number 3 today. So he has 3 times. He is qualified for the tournament now, but I think he wants to improve that scene just a little bit because he did have issues in 2 of those runs. And I'm sure he wants to get a slightly better time in the average. Silver Star has done a lot of races in these qualifiers. I'm sure that unless he gets something around the range of a 33 or 33.10. Unless he gets in that range, there won't be a lot that can improve his time. But it is good practice for the tournament to get... Oh! Silver Star loses the Koopa shell. He actually accidentally stomped on the Koopa with the spin cape. Didn't manage to grab it with the in flight. Ended up coming down on top of it and lost the shell. So that's going to lose a small amount of time coming out. And he also lost his cape, which is even more important there. That is a very unfortunate thing to have happen. That's putting Silver Star a little bit behind here. He's going to have to find that cape. He may go down to Donut Plains 1. He may grab that cape down there. Let's see what he chooses to do. Most likely that will be what he does, because runners typically like to fly over on the next 2 stages after the Ghost House. So he is definitely heading down to Donut Plains 1 to do exactly what I just prescribed. So he's going to grab that cape, start select, and he's out of there. Retro Bob quickly gets up to the top. It looks like Weird Waddle lost his cape. He's going to have to do the bouncing off of the ghost, off of the Boo strategy and get it to follow him up. There you go. Thank you, Boo, for your assistance. And he's out of the stage. Silver Star will have his cape. He will fly up. And there he goes. And he's going to be out of the stage. In 4th place, still behind Weird Waddle, but Weird Waddle now does not have a cape. He cannot execute the flyover. Will he try to do the fast travel that Calco likes to do through this stage? No, he's heading back for the cape. He doesn't trust his play through that stage. So he's going to get his cape. He's going to do that again. Silver Star takes the lead over Weird Waddle in 3rd place now. And the other 2 runners are doing their flyover. And now 3 runners are doing their flyover. One has finished his flyover. The other one is finishing his flyover. And now it's just Silver Star, and now Weird Waddle is starting his flyover as well. So everyone's on the same stage, but now people are leaving the stage. We're moving to Yoshi's Island 4 with Retrobop in the lead. iDab's in 2nd place right now. And Retrobop likes to fly low and get the cape speed going immediately. If he does climb, he climbs. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But we're getting to see a little bit of the stage down there, which is nice of him to do. And Weird Waddle breaks the tape, gets 14 stars. You're not going to find the runners doing that very often, and the reason for that is because there's a very, very unfortunate thing that happens if you happen to get 100 of those stars. Maybe you have a different opinion if you play casually, but in a speed run, if you end up getting 100 stars, you are forced to play a bonus game where you have to push 8 blocks and try to basically create a bingo or tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to call it, in a 3x3 grid, and then you have to waste time waiting for 1-ups to drop and collecting those lives. So, in other words, it's a very, very slow minigame. You do not want to play that minigame. It will kill time. So you will try not to break the tape as much as possible in this speedrun. Now, they're doing the cape fly in Morton's Castle right now. Retro Bob doing it very, very well. Very nicely done. And iDabs is not very far behind. And Silver Star is making his way into the first pipe, so he's going to be doing his cape fly. Weird Waddle is right behind with his cape fly attempt, and he's up there first try. We are getting the quick kill on Morton. Just to explain that, if you have the Fire Flower and you fire 2 fireballs, they take 2 damage. You bop them, they die. Very, very quick. Saves about 4 or 5 seconds, I want to say. And Silver Star took the spring up. Weird Waddle has the spring, but he's kind of in a very unfortunate situation where he bopped the dry bones. He has to find his way up and make it through safely. It looks like he does. My flash unfortunately died as that happened, so I'm assuming he made it. And getting caught back up, he didn't make it, actually. I stand corrected. So he might have to give up the spring because the other runners have finished the castle now. He's trying to get P-Speed, which is very, very hard to do, and he just fell down. He's losing a lot of time on this stage. Weird Waddle is falling behind here, unfortunately. So that is very unfortunate. And Retro Bob is trying to do the quick climb. He got it. He got a 282 in Vanilla Dome 1. Very, very nice. It looks like we have iDaz following behind with the 282 as well. Very nice. Silver Star is going to try and do that as well. Weird Waddle did make it up. I was watching the other runners. He did make it up. What just happened there? Oh my goodness. He somehow clipped into the wall and took a death. That is completely unexpected, and he paused on the screen, and I do not blame him for pausing on the screen and wondering what just happened there. I have never seen that before. That is a first for me. Oh my. Woo. That is unfortunate. I'm going to have to go back and look at that later. If someone clips that, I'm going to go look at that later. That is something. Anyway, I'm going to note that iDabs is following RetroBob out of the pipe into into Vanilla Secret 2. Silver Star just finished Vanilla Secret 1, it looks like. I believe that was. Yes. And Weird Waldo, unfortunately, is without a cape and is still going through this castle. And that is very unfortunate for him that he had to do that all over again, because he was right at the top. He was ready to finish this castle and took a very unfortunate death. So, I like the reference in chat to an ejection seat there. That was very nice. Silver Star now doing Vanilla Secret 2. Retro Bob is in the Yoshi buffet. I should call it the Dolphin buffet. Yoshi is the only creature alive who apparently can eat dolphins in Japan. Whereas in North America, you cannot eat dolphins because you're not in Japan. iDabs is following behind in the Dolphin stage in Vanilla Secret 3. And he's just doing a flyover. Very convenient flyover. Silver Star doing his own flyover. And Weird Waldo finally out of the castle. He's making his way into Vanilla Dome 1, but he is far behind now. The damage is done thanks to the problems with the cape trying to get up in that gap. And also the problems with that weird clip earlier. And I'm still have to go back and see how that happened. That was really strange. So Weird Waldo's going to have to do this the hard, difficult way. Try and get some... didn't get the vine. Killed one of the beetles. And he might not be happy about that. But he's going to go get the vine now. And he's going to... I'm not sure what he's going to do here. There's not really a way to get up there as far as I'm aware. Is he going to go back and get the Freedom Cape? No, he can't go back. Well, no, I don't think he can go back and get the cape now. This is going to be a very difficult scenario for him. Oh, he made it up. Very nice shell jump by Weird Waldo. And he's up in the keyhole. And he is out of there. Very nicely done. And the other runners are all going through Vanilla Fortress right now. Retro Bob maintains the lead, making it over to Reznor. Jumps over Fireball, and Reznor is down. iDabs is moving through. Silver Star gets the Thwomp glitch, where the Thwomp is despawned. Very nice. iDabs takes out the Reznor. Silver Star is coming to the boss store right now. He is going to take out the Reznor. A bridge forms in front of Retro Bob. That bridge will now form in front of iDabs. Amazing how the bridge builders can build that bridge so fast. That bridge is built fast, I tell you. So, Weird Waldo is now finishing Vanilla Secret 1. And, ladies and gentlemen, get your resident sleepers in chat, as we're going to have a small nap. But it won't be as bad, because we got Weird Waldo still doing some running in the other stages, while these 3 leaders are doing the 2-minute nap stage. So... it looks like iDabs is doing some swag, just because he can do some swag. There's no other reason to explain it that way, any other way than that. Koopas are being forced to walk off a bridge. A very, very unfortunate situation for them. And, Weird Waldo takes a death, unfortunately. That is not a good scenario for him. And another death. What? He fell in the pit. And he's just thinking about his life choices on the menu screen as the other runners are making their way through Butter Bridge. Looks like Retro Bob might be trying a block glitch here, or the duplication glitch here, but he didn't pull it off. No shell for iDabs, and I don't think Silver Star is going to be going for it. Weird Waldo is taking the Yoshi strats. Gonna change audio over to Retro Bob here, and we're gonna follow him. So we have Silver Star and iDabs still behind him on that stage. It looks like Weird Waldo has forfeited from the race. We'll see if we can get another runner in here. If not, then well, at least we do have 3 runners here who we are still following. So Retro Bob is currently on Butter Bridge 2. The other runners are coming out of Butter Bridge 1. And Retro Bob is showing you the premium strategy for a lot of stages in this game. Just fly over them. They don't exist. There's nothing down there you need to see. Just go flying. Flying is the name of the game. Keep flying, and call 555 Cape for your free flying tickets. And Bob finishes the stage. Flying is done. The other two runners are now flying as well. And Retro Bob has had trouble with this fortress already today. Will he make it through this attempt alive? We're going to find out. He is in the door. And the switch has been pushed, but now he has to make it through. He's forced to take it slowly. This is going to be a very tough run. It's going to be a very close run for him to get through here. He should make it. But he gave up a little bit of time there. This is going to give iDabs a chance to make up a little bit of time. Silver Star is behind them as well in the first room. Now he's in the spike room. And both runners in the lead exchanging for the Fire Flower. They're going to do the quick kill on Ludwig, just like you do it on Morton. Fire, fire, boom. Or bing, bing, bop. Whatever you want to refer to it as. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like Retro Bob might have been on PV pace, or someone was on. Yeah, Retro Bob is saying he was on PV pace apparently, and is now a little bit behind, unfortunately, because of that slowdown. So that is unfortunate, but he is still able to put in a good time here. He's on good pace otherwise, and this will help him with his qualifying seeding right now as well. And the castle blasts off. Koopa Kid Castle blasting off again. And Weird Waldo is just practicing. Unfortunately, he has forfeit from the race. He is no longer running in this race. So, looks like Silver Star and iDabs are both finished the castle as well. Retro Bob is first to Forest of Illusion. And getting the spin flying strat here. Getting the Yoshi. And he is going to go. I have seen Retro Bob trying earlier today for the wing glitch. I think he's going to go for the Yoshi wings again. We will find out when he gets over there. He may choose not to, just to make a liar out of me. We'll find out in a moment. So he is not going underneath. Is he going to grab the Koopa behind him as he goes? Nope, he's not going for it. He has made a liar out of me. Thank you, Retro Bob, for making a liar out of me. I'm seeing orbs in chat. I don't know why, because we're not on that stage yet. But we're going to move on. And the other two runners are going through. Actually, Dabs is also finished. It looks like Silver Star is trying to make up some time. He is going to go for the wing. The wings here. Missed it the first try. Going to try it one more time. Is he going to keep trying, or is he going to take the time loss? He's just losing more time now by continuing to try. Is he going to keep going? He's still trying. He got the wings, and he got the P balloon. Oh, that is... He had to change items, and now he's to chase down the wings. That is... He got him, but that was not the way he wanted to do it. Getting both the wings and the P balloon at the same time, and ended up grabbing the P balloon and losing Yoshi. That was very, very scary for a moment. But he got through. He's out of there, and he is following behind a little different strategy there than intended, I'm sure, getting into the stage. And I didn't mention Retro Bob did do the clip as well, and iDabs also did the clip. I didn't notice if both did it first try. I'm assuming they both got it first try based on where they are. Silver Star is trying to do it right now, and is he gonna? Yeah, he stayed in. Okay, excellent. Silver Star is making his way through right now as well. As we have a left-pointing arrow of fish above Silver Star going by, he grabs the block and he's going at fast speed now on the water. Only way you go fast in the water when you're holding something. And Retro Bob is leading still in Forest of Illusion 3. He's going to drop onto the final tall pipe, drop in, get the key, and get out of the stage. This is the correct way to get to Roy's Castle. Roy's Castle, speaking of, is a very, very scary flight. You have to grab the cape, take flight, or use the cape, take flight, and try to fly over lava and very, very hot fireballs that will happy to force you to take a dip in the fine, fine lava of the palace. So he's going to take off. Will he get a good Good flight plan. Is there a good flight plan? He is going to dive now and up, and he's over. He's going to be okay. He's going to get through the spikes now. He should come over the stair, and he's clear. And iDabs also with me watching on Retro Bob. I didn't even notice iDabs also got it clear, but now he missed he got hit by the fire and the platform retracted and he took a fall. Ooh, that is going to hurt. So that puts Silver Star in a position where he is now ahead of iDabs, who has to go back to get a cape to try the flight again. Doesn't want to do the stairway, the block trail of shame, as I'll call it here. It doesn't need the Yoshi. I don't know why he hit the Yoshi, because that cost him time and it took him out of tempo, and he hit the Goomba. That is unfortunate. Retro Bob, meanwhile, has collapsed the castle. Another one is well in the lead at this point, but Silver Star is not too far behind, as he is getting the quick kill on Roy, who is about 15 seconds, I want to say, behind Retro Bob right now. I'm going to try and time. Actually, no, it's more than 15 seconds, more like 25 or 30 seconds behind Retro Bob at this point. And iDabs has a Yoshi, interestingly enough, and he does have his cape. So with the Yoshi and the cape, he goes to the fort. Yoshi gets left outside, and only in randomizer can you get a Yoshi inside a fortress as an item. That is, I have seen that. That's funny. But not a very good flight plan for iDabs, but he is in, he is safe, and he is going to get over. There we go. So he'll be our third runner through Roy's castle. And Retro Bob does not have a cape, so he can't get the rocket flying glitch in the stage. He had to do the stage a little bit slower, unfortunately, but he is still in the lead. He does have the flower. He has a backup flower now. And Silver Star does have the cape. He is going to rocket through the stage at lightning speed. iDabs is just finished the fort right now. And the castle will blow up with Mario staring at the front door. Beautiful. And Retro Bob had to bring down his flower from heaven. He might take a trip down here and grab the cape. Yes, he is. He's grabbing the cape. Trying to grab it carefully so he doesn't lose his flower as well. As he does that, he's using the cape strats right now. Very nicely done. Will he get a quick door entry? We will not. He's going to play it safe. I don't blame him at this point. So he's going to try and do this room very quickly now. Bounce off the boo buddies, and there you go. You're in the door. iDabs is on Chocolate Island 1 right now, and he's doing the spin jump. I'm not sure. Nope, he's going to do the rocket flight. If he can, I don't think he's going to come out at full speed, though, so he's going to have to keep going. But he is getting the air. He did get enough distance running to get the air. He is in the air. He is probably not going as fast as he would have been if he had P-Speed going in the pipe, however. Retro Bob is in Chocolate Island 2. This is the stage where you want to get to the third map with 250 or more seconds remaining. Otherwise, you don't get the map that has the key on it, and you can't move to Chocolate Secret. That's what you want to do. And Chocolate Secret coming up is a very, very difficult stage. I hated this stage casually when I was first playing the game. And this stage has a lot of sinister things that can kill you. Basically, charging chucks throwing footballs at you. The Buzzy Beetle ramp is kind of an interlude, and then you have to make it through all the Spinies while going across platforms that try to fall and kill you. So a very, very nasty map for the casual player, for those playing for the first time. And a few lives would be lost here for sure. Nothing for these runners. Most of the time they get through this map no problem, so this is nothing for them. And both Retro Bob and Silver Star are on that. Retro Bob has a slight lead here as he gets to the bottom. Well, not quite the bottom yet. He lost a little bit of time to Silver Star here. He's getting down the pipe right now. We're going to count 24-17. We're going to see where Silver Star enters. Not very far. Ooh, 5 seconds between them. There's 5 seconds between them right now. This is very, very good race so far for those two. Classic James opens the key in Chocolate Island 2. iDabs is in the second map and is not far behind Classic James. Classic James, by the way, just joining our stream. replacing Where's Waddle. Welcome to the stream, Classic James. So we have a race between those two on the right now, and we have a very good race between the two on the left. So we have, but just by virtue of where everyone is, we have two close races. Didn't plan it that way. It's just how it's working. So Classic James getting the second cape and is going to make his way over. iDabs is in Chocolate Secret right now. And right behind Classic James, one map behind. Retro Bob and Silver Star are both on Wendy's Castle. They are a few stages away from the end of the game. Ooh, made it through the first of the crushers. That is very nice. You don't want to get under those. If you get stuck in the middle of those crushers, it is treated as a wall, and you are seen as being out of bounds. And the game, when you're out of bounds, automatically kills you. So you do not want to be out of bounds because the game will murder you as punishment for being out of bounds. This is why you can't be out of bounds in this game, unlike other games. Like, well, we won't go for examples. So two runners on the Wendy fight. They're starting at almost the same time. I think Retro Bob lost a little more time to Silver Star in this stage. Let's see what the difference is. 25-58. And no, it's still about even. No, yeah, oh, they're literally right after each other, 1 second apart. Ooh, Silver Star has made up time on Retro Bob here. Very, very nicely done. I did not see how that happened. But very close race between those two. You thought that other race was exciting with, man, we got another one here. In the topic of castle construction on Yoshi's Island, all Mario had to do was grab a broom, sweep 3 times, and the castle came down. I want to know how that happens. It would make construction sites a lot cleaner if we can do that. A very, very convenient setup here. So both runners are going into the Sunken Ghost Ship. This is, as I mentioned a couple times already in today's qualifiers, this is a callback to Super Mario Bros. 3, where the ships were used as the main flying transportation of the Koopa Kids. The orb at the bottom of the ship, which you're going to hear me saying in very deep voices very soon, is a callback to Boom Boom from Super Mario Bros. 3, who always dropped that thing, a more yellow and tan version than the one in this game. And they are both combined here as a dual callback to Super Mario Bros. 3. Very nice thing they did in this to call back to that game. The only time legally where you can actually get that orb in this game. So, needless to say, a lot of fans and a lot of runners like to make a point of calling out when you get that specific item. That I will go back and name again in a second. We had an attempt to thread the needle by Retro Bob. Did not work. Lost about a second there. They are in sync going in the pipe, ladies and gentlemen. They are in sync. And on the right, Classic James has finished Wendy's Castle. He has wiped it clean. So has iDabs. Classic James is just behind iDabs. They're both going in the Ghost Ship as well. They are about a full stage behind at this point. But this is actually not bad at all. This is pretty good. And ladies and gentlemen, orb. So 2 of the orbs have been collected. 2 green orbs. And the other 2 runners are going through the ghostly part of the ship right now with all the ghosts inside. And they just continue appearing and spawning. And the fun fact, even if you take a hit, the ghost spawning pattern still continues. So whatever happens, those ghosts are going to keep going until they decide they're done. And you want them to stay on the screen until these boo rings despawn. We got 1 despawn for iDabs. Let's see what Classic James has. Oh, he takes a hit, but you're going to see that the cycle timing did not change. They're still going away in the same time cycle. And his first boo ring did spawn, unfortunately. He's going to wait for it. He's losing significant time waiting for these boos. He does swim up through the first one, through the top of the first one very quickly. Very nice quick swim. He's not going to try to thread the needle, though. He's not confident in that. We do have iDabs going through the bundles of coins in this ship right now. And he is about to land feet first on an orb. And Classic James is now in the free fall room. He's going to be our 4th runner landing on a beautiful circular green object. As the 2 runners on the left, Retro Bob and Silver Star, are both in the same room still. They are literally neck and neck with each other. Is there going to be a skip as Classic James gets his orb? Ooh, we lost us. We did not get the successful skip by Retro Bob. Silver Star took his time, and he's going to get through without taking chances. He's going to maintain his cape. He's going to get through. We do now have a clear leader in this race right now. Retro Bob may go for the skip again. We'll find out, but right now he's going for the safety cape. Just because he's getting that safety cape makes me wonder if he's going to try to skip again. So we're going to find out in a moment here. IDABS is finishing Valley of Bowser 1. Classic James not far behind in Valley of Bowser 1. And I thought Retro Bob was going to do the swag strap for a second there, the swag clip, but nope. I'm going to just play it normally now. And Silver Star is going to make it through here, get above, and go get a key. Now, there is a way that I saw Retro Bob doing it as a show-off practice. It might be Retro Bob, might have been Maiba who was showing it. I don't remember offhand, but one of them was showing there is a way to do a swag clip in the wall in that third room as well. It looks very dangerous, looks very hard to get, and if you miss, you're dead. That's a lot of time you have to make up. So, not very often. I've never seen it race. It was the first time I'd actually seen it, and he's not going for it here either. So Silver Star is on the final stage before Bowser's stage. He is running a 31-minute time in Valley Fortress right now. Very good time. Currently, at this point, I would say on pace for about 34, maybe 34-30, somewhere in that range, depending on how the final stage goes and how quickly everything goes. Classic James and IDABS are both working on Valley Bowser. I didn't catch if either of them did the sandbar clip. But I don't think IDABS pulled that off. I think he just did that normally. They're both in the same area right now. They're both in the exact same spot, and they're both just waiting for the crusher. So they are neck and neck themselves. Retro Bob is right behind on the Valley Fortress. Silver Star is going in the back door, and oh my goodness, Bob just got lucky there. That was scary. And he lost the cape again. Oh no. Has to be very careful on the Reznor fight. Gonna jump over the second. Gonna bop the third, bop the fourth. Hit that guy. There he goes. You're good. Retro Bob has no cape for the final fight. He's gonna have to take this fight a little slower. It might cost more time now to go back and find a cape. So he's gonna have to do this fight very slow and hope to survive on a mushroom, on a lovely vegetable from the princess later on. Silver Star is in the final fight. He is going into the Bowser fight in the lead. Retro Bob is going in the back door right now. We did have the first hit from Silver Star, and he basically foot stomps that Mecha Koopa out of existence, like to another dimension. Very, very crushing jump, needless to say. Classic James and IDABS are both in the Valley Fortress. They're both still in the same area. And IDABS makes it through. Classic James makes it through, and both runners are in the final crushing area. Let's see how they do on that. The Bowser fights are going on the left. I'm watching the runners on the right now. Looks like Classic James lost his cape. IDABS did go through his cape, is taking out Reznor, and that is a finished fight there. Classic James will keep his second cape, and he will fight Reznor with his second cape on the left. Are we getting a bowling ball skip? I think we would have had a bowling ball skip from Silver Star. It looks like he did based on the positioning. I didn't notice Retro Bob got, but I assume he got it as well because he's still ahead. So, looks like IDABS is now entering the back door. Classic James is now entering the back door. And everyone is now on the same stage, but two runners are probably going to finish significantly ahead. The other is probably about a minute or two apart at this point. And Retro Bob... Oh, no, Retro Bob is only on phase 2. I stand corrected. I thought he was ahead. So he does get the bowling ball skip. We do have a finish, however. Silver Star is our first runner to finish today with on this sixth and final qualifier with an official SRL time of 34 minutes and 2 seconds. Good game to you, Silver Star. I don't think that was beyond your 3 registered times, so I think your times probably will stay where they are. If I'm wrong, I'm sure Ben will correct me on that. But good game to you. Good game on the first place win in this particular race. And we have Retro Bob now on phase 3 of the Bowser fight. He just needs to get one more Mecha Koopa. The other one will just vanish on its own once the fight is concluded. Classic Games and IDOBS are going into phase 2 of the fight, and he takes a small time loss to being shrunk. So insert meme here of a oversized princess talking to a very tiny plumber. I'm sure there are memes related to this. We have an official... Actually, it does not look like Retro Bob hit done in SRL. He needs to hit .done in SRL, or he will not be registering the time. They may have to go back to tape to verify the time on this one. So we'll find out what they decide to do for tournament purposes. So Retro Bob has still not hit done in chat. We have iDabs and Classic James still fighting on phase 3 of the Bowser fight. And iDabs only needs one more hit. And it looks like iDabs did finish, and because Retro Bob did not put in a .done, Dabs finished in second place with a time of 35:45. Classic James came in third with a time of 36:03. Now, I'm assuming that what's going to happen is that there might have been a problem with the SRL, with something in the channel, so that might get grandfathered back for Retro Bob. It won't count in SRL, unfortunately, but it may get grandfathered back for the purposes of the qualifier time to a second place finish in that case. That may be the case. He may get that 34, might be more like 34:48 or something like that by SRL times. So that will probably be grandfathered in for him, and I'm sure the administrators of the tournament will figure that out if that is the case. Otherwise, it'll be whatever time he does get in the channel. And he does have enough times to qualify for the tournament in any case. So he will still be in the tournament regardless. So all of our runners on the stream have finished. And I'm just seeing if anyone else... Yeah, Bob did eventually clock in at 36:38. But again, that may be checked into by the admins. I can't speak for them, so they will make that decision. Remus, meanwhile, finishes in 5th place with a time of 37:19. Bob did leave a note on the live split noting his 34:46, so that at least is noted in there. And how many runners are still left in this race? We still have, it looks like, one runner running. That is Charlie Boy. And, of course, we had Rear Water forfeiting earlier on stream. So Charlie Boy is the last runner running on the stream right now. And this leads to the question of whether we're going to be getting joined by Ben, because there was talk of talking about the brackets here. Let's see if we can get any of the runners to come in as well to talk about the runs that they had today and their chances. Or not their chances, because they're going to have a good idea of where they are, but their position in the ranking. Let's see if any of the runners want to come in today as well. Okay, so I'm just reaching out to see who wants to join us and chat about that, their runs today. It looks like Feasel is going to go ahead and put the proper time on the board for Retrobot here, so that may improve his. Now I don't know if that's one of his slower times. I know his fastest time was the second race. So the question is, which of those other 3 times are the 2 faster times to make up his average? He did only have those 4 runs to work with here. And we're getting a question as to whether the bracket is up yet. That's not my call to make. I don't have the answer to that. I asked Ben if he can join us in the voice call right now, and I don't know if he's going to be or not. So we'll try and get an answer on that, hopefully before we go off the air. If not, then You'll have to stay tuned to the Discord channel for that. If you type Discord, you should see a link to the tournament Discord channel, most likely in there as well. !Discord, I should say. I still don't know if any runners want to actually join in here. Retro Bob just moved to Super Mario Brothers 2, coincidentally enough. We'll go ahead and we'll disconnect that audio. There we go. It looks like Silver Star wants to join as well, and I just reached out to Retro Bob to see if he wants to join. Gonna see who we can get in here. Okay, well, I am joined by one of our runners in the races today, Silver Star. Feels seems we talk a lot lately. Good games once again. You looking forward to the tournament?
No. If you asked me any other day, I probably would have said yes, but today I got kicked out of FY2 clip more than the other 5 sessions combined. So
I noticed, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to losing because I get bad luck. Probably one day. But whatever.
Yeah, some days you're gonna have better runs than others, and all it takes sometimes is one mistake somewhere. You lose a minute and a half, and that can cost you a win sometimes. That's really what it can come down to sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
As we see Retro Bob playing what looks like a Super Mario Brothers 2 hack in here. Return to Subcon, it looks like. Interesting. So keeping on the focus on the race, and I'm not sure if any other runners are going to be joining us or not here, but since you are here, how do you feel about your runs today? Did any of the runs today improve your average?
Yeah, one of them actually did. I think it was not the first race, the second race. It improved my average because I got a 33.16, I believe.
Yeah, I think you did come second in that race, if I remember correctly. And I don't think we had you on the restream for that race. Maybe that's the secret. We don't restream you and you're fine.
Well, that's going to be a problem in the bracket stage in that case.
Your brackets are doomed. I hate to break it to you. Your brackets are doomed.
But yeah, I don't know if you were in some of the RFCs, but one I actually mentioned, I had a 16:15 Ludwig fade, which is it's basically world record pace, but since I don't go for wings, it's just normal PB pace. So I could have had a 32 with that, but of course, I had to get clipped out in FY2.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen a few runners were having trouble with that clip today. Not just you, but I think a couple other runners also had problems with that today that we could see there. That can be a tough clip to get, especially for newer runners to the game. So it does take some practice getting. I just kind of mesmerized watching this hack here. But it does take some practice to get the clips all figured out and get those kind of things, because if you can get those consistently, you're going to have fast times. If you don't, then you're looking at easily a few minutes lost with each run, just having to do things the intended way.
Yep, and I even know how to do it the intended way, but it's just that the intended way is so much slower.
Very much.
20 seconds slower?
Depends on... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. I always get in first try pretty much. It's just whether I get lucky or not. And if I get very unlucky, it's just as slow as doing it normal.
No kidding, yeah.
But funny enough, the thing that taught me how to do FY2 normal is No Cape No Star World Pacifist, the category that I made. That I've mentioned, I think, once before in chat once. And so the strat is oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna.
It was just so quiet for so long. I was going to say the strat is to actually swap to fire, get damage boost through the first urchin, scroll right, and then you just go through like normal. Kind of a hard level, but you can see everything coming, and then you just get your fire flower back from the the one block that's in the level that has the power up.
So I was just taking a look at the records to, and I actually have the wrong page up for here for the other records I was going to look at, but I was looking at the tournament records. I see you currently listed 3rd in the tournament listing with an average time of, and I'm going to do the risk of doing math on Twitch here, that should be 33 minutes and 26 seconds. Your best time I see was a 30:20 or 33:21 in the qualifiers. What's your world record, by the way? What's your record on your PB?
32:56, or no?
Oh, yours is
32:59, actually.
32:59. Okay.
I was thinking of what I should have had after today.
Do you think you're going to get close to that during the tournament?
I could. Depends on how Yoshi feels in that day.
Usually, I think he's very hungry.
Well, that's too bad.
And yeah, just looking at some of the other runners on here, I think I don't think there's really a lot of change on the top of the leaderboard today. Louis came out with and I'm going to be doing quick math here on this. Looks like Louis' average came out to a 33:11. Maiba, who we had on stream earlier today, came out to a 33:19. You, of course, were 33:26. Thorn74 was a 33:27. Dotser Cool was a 33:37. Daysui, who was on earlier, was a 33:42. I also see Umari at a 33:53. Ben himself, one of the leaders of the tournament, 33:54, and that's the averages that are sub 34. Other averages are a little higher.
I was gonna say it sounds like these times haven't been updated for today. I think Umar got another really good time. I think his average should be a bit better than that.
Yeah, his PB, his time might go up a bit because he had, I think, a 33:19 or something like that today. So that would be better than the 34:21 I see here. That will bring his time up a little bit. That might give him an average somewhere around a 33. Let's see, a 33:25 maybe will be around. Where's no, that's high. 33. Average coming down a little bit because of that. So yeah, some of the times may not be updated yet. I'm kind of relying on old data here. Such is the case when you're on a live stream, unfortunately, when you're trying to get the right information. So you, yeah, I guess no one else is really joining us here in the call. So any final thoughts on the tournament coming up?
Not really.
Oh,
I was gonna say we can let.
Sorry, go ahead.
Someone says they're ready to start in the restream. I was thinking we could probably just go off and let that start or something.
I'm being told, by the way, the times are 100% updated by Fiesel. He just mentioned that the best time that Umari has now is a 33:15. I think that was the time earlier today. So
okay,
that is updated according to Fiesel. So we are working on updated information here. Excellent. So let's go ahead and get wrapped up here because we do have another race on tap here. And I don't want to hold the channel too long with them coming up behind us here. Just a quick summary of a couple other events coming on as well as this race. There is a Super Metroid Link to the Past randomized race on Speed Gaming 5 right now. Another one on Speed Gaming 2, which is getting closer to the end phases. there was a Zelda 1 Metroid 1 randomizer going on starting at 8 o'clock. So about 3 hours ago, it's coming to descending phases as well on Speed Gaming 4. And coming up next on this channel is another Zelda 1 Metroid 1 randomizer. I'm going to stay and watch this because I've never seen this before. This is fascinating to me because this is just like the ones we're seeing elsewhere. So Zelda 1 Metroid 1 randomizer is coming up next on this channel. Other events tomorrow, we have Sega Genesis Classics tournament coming up on this channel tomorrow, 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And that's the first of, I think, 2 days of I'm not sure if it's qualifiers or if it's just the actual tournament right off the top, but it's the first of at least 2 days of events. So you're going to see today or tomorrow, you're going to see Saturday, and I'm not sure if it's something on Sunday, but you can check the Sega Genesis Classics tournament information for more details on that. There's also some Final Fantasy randomizer tomorrow, more of the Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer tournament, more of the Fall 2008 randomizer tournament for Link to the Past alone. All sorts of stuff coming up on Speed Gaming. Go to speedgaming.org/schedule or type !schedule in chat. I want to wish everyone in the chat a wonderful evening, and may all your runs be star runs. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned.